Hello guys and welcome to this YouTube channel. I am ZackDenTV and this channel will be dedicated to make a lot of video tutorials about World of Tanks. Now as you can see, the first episode is going to be about presenting the game itself. What is it about? What it contains, and about the interface. So with no further ado, let's get started with the most important information you're going to need about this game is to go to the website, the official website, which can be found at worldoftanks.eu because I'm in Europe. But if you're not in the same region, the website is going to ask you to be moved to your proper region, be it Russia, North America, Southeast Asia, you name it. So on this website you can find any information you need to actually get the game, create an account, and just play the game. Okay, so once you have created your account and you have downloaded the game and installed it and configured it and all that, you're gonna be up to here. So here is the main login screen of the game. You can see in the top left corner the current version being played right here. Oh, sorry. Well, I forgot to add that, but top left corner you get the version of the game, which is currently 8.4. Now in 8.4 the latest addition was this. We now have on Europe 2 servers which can be joined independently. You can choose whichever you want or let the game decide for you which server you want to join. So you enter your email as your login, your password, and then you jump into the game, and that's what we're gonna do now. So let's click connect and jump into the main screen of that game. There you are. So what is important? Let's present a little bit of the main interface. So here is the menu. That's where you can access the options, even log out or simply disconnect to go back to the login screen. Here is another addition which was put with the 8.4 is quite short but self-explanatory battle tutorial. It's going to teach you the very basics of the game regarding maneuvering, shooting, aiming, even a little bit of cover. But we'll get back to that later. So, what do we have next? Here is the current numbers of players on the server. The left number is the players in a battle, and the right player is the total amount of players on this server. Next is here. I'm gonna just cut that in half. Here is the current name and type of the tank you're currently looking at. See, if I switch the tanks in my garage, this flips away and just displays the new tank names and types. Just next to that is an icon saying if it's a premium tank or not. It's a premium tank, at least elite tank. I'll get to that later too. This means the tank is fully upgraded. It has all its modules researched, as well as the next tank. But this particular tank is a premium tank. That's a tank you can buy from contributing a little of your real-life money to the game. But as I say, I'll get to that later. Here is the current server you're in, just in case you forget it or you didn't pay attention to it. Just below this is the battle button. That's the button you're gonna use an awful lot to join games. Just below that is battle chooser. You can join random battles, which is the default battle you can join. You can make platoons, so you can invite your friends to join you or join other friends that made the platoon. You have a team training. Team training is actually like a sandbox. I mean, you don't pay for your repairs, but you actually pay for your ammunition. I'll get to that later too. Tank company. This allows someone to make a group of potentially 15 people to play together, but to join other tank companies. You cannot play a tank company and join a random battle. This is a special mode that allows you to battle companies versus other companies. And this special battle is reserved to clan wars. So that being done, let's move on to here. Here is your tanker name. The tanker name is actually here. Left to it is the clan icon, and right to it is the clan name. As you can see too, in the bottom you have several chat channels. The general will always be here. The tank companies will always be here. Now this one will not always be here if you're not in a clan. If you're not in a clan, this one will just not appear. But to join a clan, you have to do it from the website. But I'm not gonna talk about that. Premium account. Now, premium account is something you can pay with real money for. See, you actually have to get gold to be able to get a premium account. Premium accounts are a feature that allows players to receive an additional 50% more experience and credits for each battles they participate in. In addition to that, you have a little improvement regarding the garage. I mean background. The background is actually premium, but if it was not, the tank would be facing the other way. It would be facing this way, and the whole garage would be a lot more rusty and just not as bright as it is right now. After that, you have the gold amount you have, the credits you have, and the free experience you have. Now, the free experience is a little chunk of XP you get every battle you do, whether you win or lose. You will get a given amount of XP every battle, which is, if I remember correctly, 5% of the XP you get from the battle. And here is the available experience you have to research for this particular tank. This cannot be moved. I mean, let's take another example here. Say for this particular tank, the E50, which is a tier 9 medium tank, I currently have 70,000 XP, which can only be spent onto this particular tank. I cannot move it no matter what until that tank goes elite. Again, I'll talk about that later. Let's keep it to the interface. Now, on this side, this wall of text right here is the current stats of your tank. You can see hit points, you can see the weight and load limit, the engine power, the speed limit, the traverse speed, which is actually the traverse for the hull and not the turret, the whole armor from front, side, and rear, the third armor for front, side, and rear too, the standard shell damage, which is actually for no, it's the standard shell damage. Scratch that. Below that is the standard shell penetration. Next to it is the rate of fire, which is rounds calculated in rounds per minute. Here is the turret traverse speed, which is totally independent from the hull traverse speed, which was right here. And below are the view range of the tank and the signal range of the tank. Here is displayed ready for battle, which is normal because the tank is all set to go into battle. But if you check this button, which is called service, you have the repairs, which is the current health of the tank. Here you can choose to repair automatically or not. That's entirely your choice, but I would highly recommend to check that box. Below this is the ammunition screen, which you have several ammunition types to choose from. Again, you can choose to resupply automatically or not, but please do it. And next to that is the consumables screen, so you can choose through a various amount of consumables. You can see from here you have credits based consumable and also gold based consumables. So yeah, you can choose to invest a little bit of your real life money to do that. Below this is the tank modules, which is right here. This is the current gun it has equipped. The current turret, the current engine, the current tracks, and the current radio. The second section is about modules. I mean, yeah, it's modules, but a certain type of modules. It's called equipment. Again, from here you can choose from a large amount of equipment you can mount onto your tank to help it to perform better. Well, I'll get to that later as well. Here is the current shells you're carrying within your tank, which are different types of ammunition, which is AP's armor penetration. APCR is enhanced version of armor penetration, which is this one in particular is premium ammo, which can be bought from either credits or gold. And the last one is HE, which stands for high explosive. And finally, here is consumables. And last from here is your tank carousel, which displays the tanks currently being in your possession. As you can see, I currently have 7 tanks, and you can also buy tanks to fill in the empty slots you have available. But as always, you can also buy additional garage slots with gold too. Now, here is the channels which can be opened to join any given channel you may want to join, or even create a channel. Next to that is contacts. I'm not going to open that because that's actually the friend list and the ignore list. Yes, there is an ignore list, and you're going to love it. That ignore list is going to be your best friend. Next to that, I already covered it, but the different channel types. Here is the invitation log. you can get invites from other people to join you. I mean, to join them into a platoon or tank company or clan wars. And here is the history log. I don't know if it's actually spelled like that, but that's where you're gonna have summaries of battle reports and whenever you decide to buy stuff or not. Now I forgot a little thing here, which is the main menu bar of the game. The garage is actually what we're looking at right now. So it displays all the things I already covered. Next one is the depot. The depot is where you can buy stuff. You can buy tanks, you can buy modules. See there, you can buy modules, you can buy shells for your tanks, you can buy equipment, and you can also buy consumables. So everything you want to buy is from that location. Actually, I totally fucked that up because that's not the store, that's the depot. That's what you have. That's not what you want to buy. Oh my god, did I fuck that up real good? Oh yes, I did. Okay, so let me just restart from the beginning. That's what you have in your garage and stash. That's the tanks you have, that's the modules you have, the shells you have, the equipment you have in stock, and the consumables you have. Oh my god. Okay, let's move on to what I was thinking to describe as was the store. So in the store, this is the place where you can buy any tank in the game, given you have researched it. If you haven't researched a tank, you can scroll on it, whichever amount of time you want. It will not be highlighted, so you can't buy it. You have to have it researched to be able to buy a tank. So next to that is the modules list, so you can actually, and same for the modules. If you haven't researched it, you can't buy it. Same for the shells can actually be bought independently if you don't have the research gun available or not. You can buy whatever amount of shells you want. Kind of the same for the equipments and for the consumables. Keep in mind that there's certain consumables that cannot be bought for every tank. There's a couple of consumables that are restricted to a particular nation. So yeah, that's what it was. The service record is what you have done so far since your account was created. So keep in mind it's also a little bit modded on my end, so the screen might not look as detailed as it is on your side, but I will provide you guys later on. I will provide you guys a list of my of the add-ons I use, so you can actually have the same screens as I have, so you don't get messed up. So basically, this is what I've did so far in the game. On this list, you have all the tanks I've played, with the amounts, the amount of battles I've done, the percentage of wins I've get of the tank, and this is the masteries. On the far right is the masteries badge. So as you can see, I've been pretty much mastering quite a reasonable amount of tanks, and you have 4 ranks of masteries. You have third class. Do we have one? Yes, you have third class, you have second class, you have first class, and you have the mastery class. This doesn't mean a lot. This just means you have earned a certain amount of XP. There you go. There you go. There's the description. Awarded for mastery in controlling an armored vehicle. To qualify, a player must earn more experience in a battle than the average. Highest experience earned by 99% of other players who drive this type of vehicle for the last week. unavailable in client walls. So as you can see, the third class you have to earn 50%. Actually not. You have to earn an amount of XP which is higher than 50% of other players have earned in this particular tank. But whatever. Okay, on the right is actually the overall summary of the battles you have been in. So you have the battles participated, the victories, the defeats, the battle survived. I'm not gonna comment about this line. This comes from a mod. Below that is the battle performance with the amount of destroyed tanks, the maximum destroyed tanks in a battle, the hit ratio, the damage done. And for this last line, I'm not gonna comment either, just for the same reason as this one. And the experience, so your total experience, the average experience you gain from a battle, and the maximum experience you get you've ever had in a battle. So we're done with the service record. Let's move on to the tech tree. So as you can see, there is an awful lot of tanks, and that's just one nation. You have 6 nations as of right now. As of version 8.3, I think there's 6 nations, which the latest is the British nation. So far, you have the Russian tech tree. You have the German, the American, the French, the British, and the Chinese. Now, as you can see, those tech trees are not as equally developed as across the board. So keep in mind, Wargaming, which is the developer of the game, is making content patches regularly to add more tanks and more maps, even reworking on some maps to make them more balanced and more fun to play. So as the Chinese and the British are the latest tech trees introduced, they're not as complete as the other nations. But I'll develop that later too. So we're done with tech tree, and here are the barracks. The barracks is the place where you fellow crew members just take a rest and eat and take a shit or whatever. So here's all the crew members I have for all the tanks I have. Of course, the barracks is limited inside. It's in size. In size. I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. Okay, so it's limited in size, but as always, you can improve that size by buying a few gold pieces and larger barracks, with the default being plus 16 slots. So 16 slots is about, I would say, an average 3 or 4 tanks. So that gives you a little room to think about. And that's gonna be it for this video. I've covered everything I wanted to cover for this particular episode, so that's gonna be a wrap. Next video is gonna be about the tech tree. I'm gonna elaborate on the tech tree and the different tank types you have into the game. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in episode 2. Bye bye and have fun, guys.